Hey there, it's Julie Hutchison here from Think, Be, Do Leadership. And today we're talking about why interested is far more important than interesting. And what we're talking about is that when you are growing as a leader, you get that job, you step up and you are in a role where you are now having a team and you've got to be inspiring. It's completely different to perhaps where you've come from, and that you were the one who was doing and you were the one who was responsible for getting the work done yourself. And there's a change to how you need to work to grow a team that are going to be able to do that for you. We need to be able to leverage the the uh, the work to other people. But that's difficult. And that's what I want to talk about today. Because if you've ever felt under pressure to perform as a new leader, or well, not even a new leader, as a leader in your role, and speaking up and being influential, I want you to think about this, is that actually what we can do instead is not make it all about you, but make it much more about the people that are on your team, because we need to be more interested in them, not interesting to them. And what do I mean? Well, we're going to be interesting to them by being interested in them. So we know that when we try and spend the whole time being the one who knows what the answer is, and we are the one who everybody needs to come to, then it's pressure on us. It's hard work, because they've got to knock on your door, they're going to ask you what's next, they've got to find out what you think, and they can't step up and be able to make decisions. So you're the one who's under pressure. Okay, they can't step up as a leader themselves. They don't really care. That's my dog. We're having a dog moment today. Oh dear, we're having a dog illness moment. Are you okay, Meg? Meg's okay. This is the joy of working from home with a 14-year-old Labrador. So apologies for anybody who just heard the Labrador disgusting coughing. Okay, so we can't be a leader ourselves. Well, it's unnecessary to be able to. Oh, sorry, we can't be a leader ourselves. They can't be a leader themselves. And it's unnecessary for us to do this, because really what we want is for them to feel more confident. We want them to trust that they can step up, and for you to be able to step back. And when you do that, your pressure's going to come off of you. You don't need to be the one who is the big font of all knowledge, and they can be comfortable and open and honest enough to trust you, respect you, and you can respect them, so that you don't have the pressure, you don't have to be the big ego, you don't have to know all the answers. You are a team, you're a proper team. And what I want to talk about is, how do you do that? Because if we spend a lot of time thinking about, well, how can I actually influence, but it's a lot simpler than that. We don't have to come up with all these things, we have to be interested. Okay, but how do we be interested? What do I mean by that? Well, look, think about this. If I've got an idea and I want you to hear what I've got to say and think it's great, and to get on and do all those things and be part of the team to do it, then I'm a human being. As part of that team, I'm a human being. And I don't want to do it unless there's a good reason for me to do it, okay? Other than money. Now, people will come to work for money, of course, but let's put that aside at the moment, because it only lasts a short while and they'll go and find the next job. But if you want somebody to really be interested in you and your ideas, the best way is to be interested in what's going on for them, and help them to see what's in it for them in terms of being a part of your team. And the thing about that is, well, let's look at it from Tony Robbins' point of view. If you've ever heard of Tony Robbins, I'm sure you have. He's a huge personal development person, and he talks about the 6 human needs. Okay, so we've got the 6 human needs. I'm going to pick out the first 2 that come to my mind. One is which is people need to feel significant. They need to feel that it's that they mean something, and that they're there for a reason. And they need to feel like they're contributing. So they need to feel that they've done some good and that what they do is of value. Okay, so for 2 different reasons, that contribution and that significance and that ego. Okay, but they also need to feel growth. This is what Tony Robbins says. And they need to have certainty and a level of uncertainty, as in variety. Okay, but I want to focus on those first 3, really. They need to grow. Actually, the last one I haven't mentioned, the 4 I want to talk about. They want to grow. They want to feel connected, which is the other one they didn't talk about. They want to feel connected and belonging to part of something, and they want to feel significant and that they've given a contribution. Now, think about that. If if Tony Robbins, the wise person as he is, has described these 6 human needs, and I think that's correct. So if somebody comes into your team and they are needing those needs to be met, contribution, significance, growth, connection, belonging, and certainty and uncertainty. But let's focus on those first 4. If that's what they need, that's what's going on for them, then as a leader, the best way to do this is to meet those needs. Because the minute that you meet those needs, then that person feels that you respect them, that you trust them, that you understand them, and that you are obviously meeting their needs. And once you do that, then they're ready to listen to you. You don't have to be the big I am. You don't have to be inspirational in terms of stepping up and standing out as a speaker and all of those things. It's not about that. It's about this relationship that you're creating and this trust that you're creating with the people in your team. So if you are interested, not trying to be interesting about them, so you're interested in what makes them tick, what floats their boat, what of those 6 human needs are important to them in particular. Different levels will apply to different people. But when you find that out, suddenly that person wants to listen to you. So it's easy to talk about your ideas because you're bringing them in. They're ready to listen. They understand you because you understand them. So that it's a proper relationship. And when you have a proper relationship, you don't have to try and perform. You don't have to try and be that big I am. So what I'm thinking is that actually, if we spend more time focusing on who our team are and how you can meet their needs, then they're ready to listen to what I call your cause. They're ready to listen to what you have to say. But before that, if you don't take an interest in what they're interested in, you don't take an interest in those 6 human needs for them, then it doesn't matter if in principle they would agree with your cause and they would want to do what you want them to do, or they would want to get behind that project, or they would want to be part of that. Then they're not going to, because you haven't taken any interest in their 6 human needs. You haven't looked at why they might be interested, what's going on for them. Okay, so the easiest thing to do then is just think about the people in your team and take an interest. First of all, find out what of those 6 human needs, listen to them, find out what of those 6 human needs are important to them. And you can do that just by a conversation over a cup of coffee. You don't have to present anything to them. You just need to be a human being with them. And so the next thing is once you know that, think about how are you meeting them? Not just how are you personally meeting them, but how does the team and how does the being part of that meet them? Okay. And then when you do that, meet the needs. It sounds like super obvious, doesn't it? What I mean is be conscious about, like, if that's what that person is driven by and is motivated by, then the more you meet that for them, then the more they are going to want to reciprocate and meet that for you. Okay. They're going to want to listen to your stuff. They're going to want to be part of your stuff because you are meeting their needs. So find out what they are, understand it, listen to them, find out what their human needs are, give it back to them, meet those needs. And then once you do that, then find a way to bring your cause in that's going to help them to meet their needs even more. So what I mean is link their human needs with your cause. And when you do that, they are going to feel like they can contribute, they can feel like they can grow, they can feel like they're part of something good. So they've got connection, they feel like they are significant, and also they have that variety that they need because they're doing something different. So as you can see, the more interested you are, the less interesting you need to be. And that is my short live training today, along with horrible dog noises in the middle. Apologies for the dog noises. But if any of you've got a dog, then please tell me the worst thing that your dog has ever done on a live, because I think that would be really funny. But hopefully it's worse than what my dog has done, because then I'll feel better. Okay, this is Julie Hutchison from Think, Beat, Do Leadership with a Poorly Labrador. If you would like to find out more about working on your ability to be interested, not interesting, your communication skills and your leadership, then give me a shout, because we will be able to help you with that, either one-to-one or in our group programs. So please get in touch if that's something that you would like to do. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.